Errol, let's talk about Conor Bradley. Please, let's talk about Conor Bradley. Ladies and gents at home, let's talk about Conor Bradley.
First, before we do that, can we have a moment of silence for Kylian Mbappe?
Well, he's just he's like this. That's Kylian Mbappe. He's inside Conor Bradley's pockets. Yeah. That's what that was. Again, stats websites, the way these algorithms work, I think it's a bit low this, but we'll talk about it. SofaScore give Conor Bradley 7.6, and so the Who Scored. FOTMob give him an 8.6, which is better.
FOTMob were awake. At least they've watched the match.
I don't think that's high enough, mate.
It was not. It was close to 10 out of 10.
Assist.
Yeah.
Pretty much every challenge up against Kylian Mbappe, he won.
Dealt with.
Including one where he slides him into next week. He was like, again, touch wood, the injury's not too bad. He goes off a bit late. Looks like he had a bit of a tight hamstring or whatever. We'll keep an eye on that one. Hopefully not too bad. He was brilliant. Like, you talk about what's your worries, and I say worries because no one was that worried, but like,
reservations.
Yeah, of course.
Reservations.
When you see, if I'd have said to you 3 hours ago, there's going to be a Kylian Mbappe versus Conor Bradley duel, and someone's going to completely dominate the duel. It's not even going to be close. We'd have all thought Kylian's give Conor a C into that, and that can happen. Mbappe's brilliant. Conor Bradley's a young lad finding his way. It was completely the other way around. Conor Bradley owned Kylian Mbappe tonight. Like, he didn't get a sniff. It's up there with, like, I haven't even got the words. Can you fill in how you're feeling? Because I couldn't believe it.
Well, I said it to you before on the stream. If you are a complete novice to football and you thought, oh, people have told me they're two really good teams, Real Madrid and Liverpool, two of the best teams in Europe playing, and there's a competition between a winger and a fullback, and one of them's valued over £100 million. If you just watch that performance tonight, the over £100 million players, Conor Bradley, every single time, because that was how good he was. He was an unbelievable performance, and maybe he's talking, probably hasn't, but that. Everyone's talking about Trent going to Madrid, and Madrid are trying to look for a right back, and I'm here. I'm good enough, do you know what I mean? And for me, it was a proper coming of age performance. What will be from, the Trent situation come the summer. But Conor Bradley's turning around saying, I've got a new gaffer, I need to impress him, I need to be consistent. And at the end of the day, I want to stop this gaffer going into the transfer market or going to the board at the end of the season saying, I may have potentially just lost the world's best right back. I need funds to find a replacement for him. Look no further, Conor Bradley's there.
I suppose as well, it's interesting because, again, the way these stats websites do their ratings, a lot of it's based on, like, actions, like, did you win a ball, did you get a tackle in, did you do whatever. There was a lot of times where Conor Bradley just got in the right position, slowed Kylian Mbappe down, turned him around. Yeah, you might not get like a positive grade or whatever from a rating on that, but like, just in the right place. Now, there were some times when he
eye test, do the eye test and just watch the game.
But there was also times when he just took the ball off him. Yeah. And not only did he win the tackle, he ran off with the ball as well. And by the way, he nearly scores. He makes a great run. He's done that a few times. He got himself in almost centre forward. It's a really good save by Courtois off the header.
It's brave as well to be getting to, when you've got someone with the pace of Kylian Mbappe, and he will catch you on the counter and he will punish you, to still make those committed runs and to try and get him to turn the other way and, as you say, apply the pressure. We haven't even spoke about the assist, the intelligence,
and
the weight of the pass, where he is again playing centre forward, to play the 1-2, knock it into McAllister's feet, perfect weight of pass, leaves McAllister not a lot of work to do, he doesn't have to manoeuvre it into his stride, and he's able to just place it. It was an absolutely incredible performance from the young lad, and for me, it represents a very much of a coming of age performance as well. I'm used to wearing this Liverpool shirt now. I'm used to playing against the best teams. I'm used to playing in the Premier League. I am a Premier League ready right back. Whether that means I have to be an understudy sometimes, but if you've got to throw me into a game, there's not going to be any game where you're going to have any reservations that I'm not going to be able to do my job.
It feels as well like he often saves his best performances for, like,
the big ones
when the lights are shining bright. And like, I always remember last season, Chelsea when he's the best player, and like today, he's playing against Real Madrid. I know Alexis McAllister was given man the match by UEFA, and we will speak about Alexis later, of course, and he was brilliant, and he really was. I would have given it to Conor Bradley. I think that for all the circumstances you're playing against, I do think Mbappe is probably the best attacking player in the world. He probably
on his day,
he's probably the best player in the world. Actually, I think he is. But I know he's having a bit of a moment now. But he's still fast, strong. He's so skillful. There's a couple of times when he's doing the chops and the steps, and Conor Bradley never bought it.
But there was, because because Conor Bradley didn't buy it and he didn't get the best of him in early stages of the game, Mbappe started to come inside and drift away from Conor Bradley, which just shows that's such a compliment for how well you're defending, that I don't want any of the smoke. I want to get away from dodge, and I don't want to be anywhere near you when I've got the ball, because you're going to stop me from being able to make the most of it. And I thought he was just brilliant. His reading of the game, his timing of his tackles, that absolute crunching of a tackle. It's last ditch. If he gets that wrong, Liverpool are in a whole heap of trouble, by the way.
Well, he might be sent off. And he reads it so well. He spots the fact that Mbappe's maybe just left it a little bit short or whatever, and he goes, sound, I'm eating
it. I'll have it.
But I thought his reading of the game was excellent. But it's worth mentioning, you are right to say this, not only did he do his defensive duty, because you'd be forgiven, and I would have, I'll be honest, I'll hold my hands up, I was wrong.
Be conservative.
I was thinking I'd go Gomez. I think I don't need me right back to be that attacking against Real Madrid. I'll back Mo Salah and the attacking players to get the job done. Just focus on Mbappe. And not only did Bradley do that,
out of the game.
Not only did Bradley do that, he gets in the box, he nearly scores, he creates the assist, and he's playing centre forward in both of those opportunities. Like, the ability, the bravery, the composure with the little 1-2 as well.
And the maturity.
It isn't just a defensive display. His attacking was fantastic as well.
It was both ends of the pitch. He was absolutely phenomenal. That's what you want. That is the modern fullback for you. You've got to be able to get up both ends of the pitch. You've got to be able to provide some sort of an attacking presence and threat, and you've got to be able to handle and deal with some of the best and trickiest wingers that are about, because you play for one of the best teams in the world. And the fact that he's capable of doing that, he understands the assignment, and he's got the maturity to not get too overawed by what's going on and too distracted and drawn into. Like I said to you before, we were sitting there and I said there are some games where you're guilty of playing the occasion instead of just playing the match that's in front of you. You could have been thinking, oh, licking your lips and playing Real Madrid and get all a little bit too carried away with yourself, but he didn't. Everything was done with a measure of composure, maturity. He was assured in what he was doing, and you could just see he was growing in confidence. As you say, those runs that he was making into the opposition's box was because he was confident, because he knew in himself he was performing well and he was having a good game. And I think, I'm with you. If it wasn't for the likes of UEFA giving the man of the match to McAllister, I think Conor Bradley would have definitely been in the conversation later on in this show.
I suppose as well, there are very few people kind of in Liverpool who want Trent Alexander-Arnold to leave. Conor Bradley selfishly might be one of them. and on that performance, mate, again, touch wood, the injury's not too bad and we don't know, but he's another one with Liverpool, and it shows the strength in depth in the squad and how well coached they are and just how good they are. The first two players, Kelleher and Bradley, we've spoken about it, they're backup players, they're reserve players, they're rotational options, academy lads, and they've both been signed in at a young age, developed through Liverpool's youth academy setup. And in this case with Conor Bradley, you can't do much better than what he's done there. That's I think no matter what he does in his career, there are certain games you pick out with certain. Do you remember when he did this against this? And for some, name your player and you'll always have a game or two. Everyone, remember how good Steven Gerrard was against Olympiacos? Do you remember how good, you went before Alisson's save against Napoli? Yeah. No matter what Conor Bradley does now for the rest of his 20 years. Yeah. Do you remember when he pocketed Kylian Mbappe? We're never going to forget
He'll
that.
He'll be talking about that with his grandkids.
And he should be.
Yeah, and he should.
I'll be telling mine.
Honest to God, we are spoiled in that respect. And again, it's credit to the backroom staff. It's credit to all the coaching setup as well that have given him the platform and the foundations and the tutelage over the years to get this lad ready, because we've seen how difficult it is to buy players in the market that are going to come in and be good enough for Liverpool Football Club, but to make players that are going to be good enough from a young age, to say you're going to be good enough to play European football at the highest level and play against the best teams and perform, is no easy feat. And Liverpool have done it. As the two players that we've mentioned at the top of the show, they've come out on top tonight. Clean sheets from a defensive back line, from your goalkeeper, big save, your right back pocketing one of the best attackers in world football, multi-million-pound man. It doesn't get much better than that for these young footballers, and they deserve all of the credits in the world. And we could sit here and talk about them for the rest of the night, because that's how good they've been and they deserve it. And I just think they should go home. They should be very proud of the performances. The family should be proud of the individuals that they've raised. And I just think it's phenomenal. Yeah,
congratulations, Conor. A magnificent display from Conor Bradley. He was wonderful. My personal man of the match, I thought he was absolutely fantastic.